7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Okay, so
Okay. Secretary, no minutes. We didn't have time to do
I'm
minutes.
sorry, I haven't had time to breathe, so there you go.
Okay, so far we are still about $25,000 in the kitty. We still have some vendors to deposit, right?
Yep, we do. Yes, we do. I want to say, hold on half a second. Where are we? You. Come on, stop sticking. 10. We're about, vendors were about 116. With more people contacting me every day.
So we're pretty full. We go up Depot, we go up Pleasant Street now.
I got more room on,
With vendors.
I have more room up and around the corner, so I would really like to have an additional 5 that would fill all the streets nicely without overwhelming.
Okay.
I just have a quick question on that. So at 6 o'clock, we're going to close the road, and we're going to have the vendors come in like we said they were going to come in, all come in from the post office side. So your vendors for Depot Street and Pleasant Street, they should come up from the post office side too, come up Depot or Pleasant and then out that way. So that we only going to have traffic moving in one direction.
Yeah.
Starting yet.
Yeah, we're only going to have vendors come in from one entrance, and that's the Cook Street side, right?
Right.
Post office Cook Street, yes.
Yeah, so they're
And
going to
then-
come in from that side, but that's what, so the people on Depot Street and
Pleasant?
Pleasant, I would like them to come up from Main Street and just send cars. So once we decide the road, okay, the road's closed, they're a vendor, their spot's on Depot Street, they can come on to Main, go up Depot, and then exit up Depot. We don't want to let anything down Depot or Pleasant Street.
Nope,
Once we
nope.
close the road.
They
So
were
that'll
all
be there.
told-
So if someone says, oh, I'm on Depot Street, they come down Depot Street, and now they're at Depot and Cottage, they want to get down there, they're going to get sent around Cottage Street, down to Main Street, down to Cook Street, and then back up Depot and out there.
Yeah, because it's going to be one-way traffic for vendors.
Right.
Yeah. That'll work. We only put vendors on one side of Depot Street. So that way it still we can still get a car up,
Right.
on the right-hand side to get by them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What time's the actual, I mean, I know we decided we're going to close the road at 6 o'clock and just open it to vendors. What time do you actually start the event? Does it start at 7 or?
Officially, it starts at 9 o'clock, but we're going to, all the vendors are supposed to be in by 8. So at 8:30, we're going to set up the stage right at Cook Street. That's when we set up that stage.
Right.
When's the first entertainment that goes on that stage?
On main stage?
No, stage B,
Not till 10:30. 10 o'clock.
not till 10. Yeah, so we can play games with that a little bit. We can, somewhere around between 8:30 and 9, we'll set up that stage. That's when vendors should be in. No more vendors supposed to come in after that time. All right?
Okay.
We had told them in all of the things that they have to be in there and set up by 8. So that's the cutoff time.
Okay. Fair?
It's also in the writing that all vehicles need to be off Main Street by 8:30, no later. And if they try to come in after that time, sorry.
So they really can't get in once your stages are set up.
Yeah. But, well, we're going to have a stage in the way now.
Yeah.
And then you guys are going to like barricade the thing off.
Yeah, once you guys are up and going and the event's started and everybody's in and your stages are up, our trucks are gonna go on the way, so, I mean, within reason, we'll work with whoever, if we can work with somebody to get them in and it's okay with you guys, I mean, we'll do it, but, I mean, you know,
Yeah,
case by case basis, I guess is what I can say,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
I would like, personally, in my opinion, I want to make sure they're a vendor or a volunteer or something like that. We did the pass thing that you wanted, and we sent it to every single vendor. So not only did they get to know what your site is, but then there was an attachment with their pass, and it's about that big.
yeah, I sent you a copy of what that looks like. Well, I thought,
Yeah.
I should be down, by stage B in the morning to help me.
there shouldn't be any of the volunteers that we have working, they shouldn't be driving their cars in anyway. They should be parking somewhere. And, you know, they'll be walking into the event. The only ones that should be driving a vehicle in are, I'm going to be pulling stuff in, everybody recognizes me,
Yeah.
but the vendors coming in should be, you know, they should have one of these. One of, you may get one that say, I forgot it home.
All they have to do is stop, if they say they're a vendor, we're gonna send them around to the other end. When they get down to the other end, they're gonna tell the
I
officer
would,
they're
if
a
they
vendor.
say they're a vendor, I would ask them what site number they are.
Yeah,
Just to see, they may not remember that either,
Right.
but if they come up with a number, then they're a valid vendor.
Okay.
You know?
I don't think historically we've had an issue, I don't think we've had an issue with people coming in who shouldn't come in.
Not usually, no.
Yeah, so
No.
I think they're saying they're a vendor, keep traffic moving, get them up.
Yep, yep.
We don't need to give them.
Yep.
need to read
One of
the
one of the critical things that we have, though, is that when they drive in, they're supposed to, they drive into their site number, and they're supposed to drop their stuff before they start setting up. They can't set up out of the back trunk of the car. I hate it when they do
They're
that.
supposed to drop their stuff
Yeah.
and move
They
the
gotta
car and then
drop
come
their
back.
stuff on the sidewalk and get the car out of there.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
But you know, the majority of them are gonna try
Yeah.
and set up right out of their trunk.
They will, and I run up and down the streets, and I have a fantastic helper, Kara Marchand. She helps me every year, and she can help run the booth, or she can easily run up and down the streets going, nope, 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 please move your vehicle, please move your vehicle. I'm alone. Okay, empty your car and move your vehicle. Up on Municipal Street, where is that? Right around the corner up hill. It's a nice walk down when you're coming back.
The worst part is we always get some Yahoo who decides to turn around.
Oh, no, yeah,
Right.
that's difficult, and I try to catch that, but I can't be everywhere at once. So if anyone catches that, it's like, no, you have to go completely around and come back in. We have presents.
Okay, so other things for traffic, we do have the hayride, that's booked. Whittier Farms is doing the entire thing.
Where's that coming from?
It's going to run from the back of the post office up to the schools, each one of the parking lots, and then make a route to back down, okay, to the same spot. They're going to set up a kind of a little awning, easy up or something, with hay stalks and stuff, so that'll signal where people get on and off.
Gotcha.
It'll be somewhere in the parking lot behind the post office.
Okay.
All right, so that's going to be where the hayride goes back and forth. And then they're instructed to hit every one of the parking areas up there. So they're going to kind of do a tour around the parking things and then come back down. There's going to be a petting zoo up there.
Up where?
Up at the school. So like when you come up to the top of the road, it's like this grassy area stuff. So there's going to be kind of like a small farmer's market up there. It's going to be like one or two vendors up there that are doing farmer's market stuff. They don't require, they're bringing their own stuff, so they don't require anything from us. But it's just another interesting thing up there, you know? So that shouldn't cause any issue. We already ran that by the superintendent of schools, and he didn't have any problem with that. Okay? Those are, one of them's run by Whittier Farms, which is, they're doing the hayride, so, yeah. And the other one is another farm, local farm that asked, wanted to do a small petting thing or something. We haven't got, now, that's actually not 100% because we haven't got paperwork on either one of those things yet. But it's just in the works, that might happen. If it does, I'll warn you that they're up there,
Okay.
all right? But we still got the hayride.
On parking, what are they charging at Soldiers Field? You know?
I have no idea. Soldiers Field is
I
going to
don't
charge
think
a
they're-
fee
I
for
think-
parking?
I don't know if they're charging or if they're just asking for donations. I'm meeting with
Yeah.
the rec committee on Thursday to talk about the parking, but
Yeah, can we find out if they're charging a fee or if they're just asking for donations?
Okay, it's really not my concern, but,
Well, somebody asked on Facebook. That's
Okay.
why I'm trying to find out.
it was my understanding that they were just gonna have something out there for donations, but like I said, I haven't met with them yet. I don't know if they had a set price or what their plan is.
We have
They'll-
any,
We'll have an officer down there in that area, helping them if they need anything. But, just having some organization down there, getting cars in and out is gonna be a lot better than what we had last year, so.
I didn't see any signs on Main Street that says Main Street was closed. Were we going to have signs on the Main Street that
That
said?
was, Main Street is closed.
Yeah.
In the event.
Well, like last year, you know the Wallen Lake signs that they do, Wallen Lake Bowl? Well, last year we had two of those signs up just about where they usually go for Wallen Lake that said Main Street was closed to, to traffic for Octoberfest.
Oh, well, we gotta, right now, the signboards that we have up are close to tractor trailer traffic and commercial traffic, so the signboards are up for that. I'm not worried about the cars. The cars are gonna get around.
Yeah.
Cars will get around with the problems, the trucks that we're trying to get the message out to.
I have a question that I've reached, out of the 6 pages of trucks,
Yep.
I reached almost all of them, but there's a few that no matter what I do, who I call, I cannot reach. And one of them is the BJ's Distribution Center in Uxbridge, but I can get you a list by tomorrow. That I've tried everything I can do to reach out to someone, even main corporations that I've called. And I'm not getting any answers. There's only like 5, so is it okay if I turn
Yeah,
that over to you?
Send me what you
Okay.
could not get in touch with, and I'm sure I can get a number for the BJ's facility in Uxbridge. And I got a couple others that we were going to contact that I see regularly that I just didn't happen to see on your list that I see go through, like Medlines in Uxbridge.
Right.
I see you contacted Goyer, but there's also,
Going ahead, every time I called, it was either this phone isn't working or whatever, and I couldn't find anything because in Webster used to be Dewey Pile,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. they
Couldn't find
moved-
them?
Yeah,
Oh,
they
okay.
moved out of Webster's, but they still go through.
Okay,
And those trucks that go through all the time, we've had the signs up with warning the tractor trailers for almost over 10 days now. And every time they come through, I haven't seen them, so if it's a regular, they would have plenty of notice, but notification.
well, it was interesting to talk with some of these corporations, companies, whatever, that, well, if you have an 18-wheeler, you will not get through the detour, the barricade. You won't fit. You will get stuck with a line of cars behind you, and they're not believing me. So I'd be like, okay, I'm just telling you that your 18-wheeler will not fit, will not fit. And so some of them were super nice, and they were appreciative because I contacted anyone that had a landscaping trailer to horse trailers and all that. I just wanted to include everyone. I actually ended up having to contact Amazon Corporation, UPS Corporation, because the little warehouses, you couldn't contact them. So I went right to the headquarters, and they were sending the word out to all their drivers in this area. So I will give you a list tomorrow.
Yeah, give me a list of who you are and you can contact.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. And detail-wise, we're in pretty good shape. I'll have somebody at 16 in Webster Street all day. If a truck does make it to that point, they'll be turned around or rerouted. And I think we're in pretty good shape. Not really much more to add other than what we've talked about previously. Just see how the plan works at this point.
We'll have bottled water available for all the officers that work in the detail. They'll be behind the stages. There'll be a cooler there,
Yeah.
so they can go grab a bottle of water.
Perfect.
Most of the time, they wait for me to hand them one, and I'd rather just go get one if you.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
sometimes they can't leave, so he'll walk up with water.
Yeah.
Guys. Well, we appreciate all your help and everything you're
Yeah.
doing to make this safe.
No
for
problem.
everyone.
So we're going to stick with 6. That's when we're going to start. We're going to set up we'll get the detour going right at 6.
Yeah.
Everybody who comes in will come in from that Cook Street Post Office side, and we'll do the same thing out here. If I have enough people, which I'm quite sure that I will, I'll put an officer up here at the top of Depot and Pleasant as well, because we don't want anybody going down there, we want everybody coming up and out. John and I are meeting again on Wednesday, and he'll start getting the signs. We have plenty of signs for no parking, and everything will be posted.
What about entertainers that come in to stage, behind stage A? Should we give them something? Because they're going to come in from
Yeah.
that Depot Street side.
Yeah, but historically, we've dealt with them all the time. Like, traffic's flowing, they'll say that, depending on which way they're coming from, and we'll get them in. We try and get when the previous people are packing up and whatever, we usually get them in there, or we send them around to like behind the credit union, then they can offload
Yeah.
their stuff. But we got that section in there where there's usually room for 3 or 4 cars, and they just usually exchange out as the vans change.
Yeah, I'll probably send out, like, we usually ask them just put like a.
We
plaque
did
in the-
close the drive-through. Webster First are going to close the drive-through again, so that we don't have to deal with that stuff.
And does your stage go coming from Mechanic Street? So does your stage go beyond the drive-through, or no, it's before it, right?
When the Webster First drive-through,
Yeah.
even if they came from Mechanic Street into the back, they can go to the bank because the bank's open till noon.
Yeah.
But they, do parking only. The front of the lot belongs to us,
Okay.
and they're not going to use the drive-through.
Right.
Yeah. Anything else on traffic?
No, I think, like I said, I talked to John and Adam and my lieutenant and I. We've been working with them. We're going to get everything, start doing some stuff, getting the signs up by the end of the week. We'll put a couple more Facebook notices out there. I think we did a pretty good job spreading the word. The plan's in place. Now it's just a matter of execution, and then
Yeah.
see how everything goes and make adjustments as we need to.
Yeah. We got a lot of new things in place, so it might, we're hoping it works.
Yeah. Okay,
Thank you again,
we'll see you Saturday.
with any luck.
Well, that was his plan.
See you Saturday.
Okay, have a good night.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Good night. See you back. Hey, everyone.
Has anyone gotten the bar out yet?
What bar?
The
Vendors.
Soda bar.
Oh, we did vendors, right?
He asked a question, yeah.
Okay. Entertainment.
Has anyone gotten the soda bar out yet?
Entertainment's all done, right?
I can ask a third time.
Yeah.
Has anyone gotten the bar out yet for the soda?
No?
Okay. I'm missing 2 very vital pieces. They're the ouch, that hurts. The pieces that go from here into the kegs.
maybe.
They had the check valves, like mucho, mucho, mucho important,
Okay.
because without them, we're screwed.
I will give you the white cooler. I have not looked in that. You know the little white cooler that we had that went into with the coil went into the white cooler? I have
Well,
a s-
the coil went into the keg.
No, that little, that, still,
Yep, went
that
into,
was inside of a cooler. I have that cooler that it was in. And there is something in there,
okay.
but I don't know, I can go, right after this meeting, I can go look at it.
That'd be great,
Yeah.
because I was bashing my head against the wall before I got to the meeting today, trying to get everything set up.
It may be in there. I didn't open those coolers. I have the beer garden, I have 3 of the white beer garden coolers. Remember, I asked who had the white coolers for the
Yeah,
soda?
I have the 2 big white coolers.
For the soda thing,
Yes.
yeah. And then, but I had the little cooler that had that coil in it. And remember, we drilled holes in it. That's the cooler I have,
Okay,
okay? And there is something in there, I don't know what,
all right.
okay?
It could be the key to everything that we need.
It could be the thing that you need.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I replaced all of the lines, just, just to have the cleanest, because everything's been sitting for a year. So everything's cleaned, everything's ready to go. My carbonating experiment did not go that well because I can't get the water cold enough in order to get it to force carbonate the water. So we're going to kind of be in the same.
Do you have the hose?
I have the hose.
Okay.
Again, that's been sitting for a year. So, I mean, do we think that's okay? Because I'm sure there was some water trapped in there.
Yeah, but if you put it under pressure, you'll know if it leaks.
I'm not worried about it leaking. Like, you don't think any like mildew or anything like.
Sanitize
Just
it.
water.
Yeah, just flush it out.
Okay.
There was no, it was just water, there was no sugar.
Still, it
Just-
doesn't matter if it's sitting, sanitize it.
I don't have any way to sanitize it.
If you run it for a bit, it'll wash it right out.
Okay.
It's under pressure, it'll wash out. Yeah, so after this meeting, I'll go grab that cooler and see if that thing's in it.
Okay. Like I said, that's vitally, vitally important. I've got everything else, I said, mostly rigged up and, like I said, I cleaned all the taps, like everything's good to go, but and we got new filters, so I want to try and run, water through the filters before, but if we got to recreate that, it's not going to be fun.
Did you get a new still?
I dropped it off at the plumber's house, and he's going to fix it, hopefully by Wednesday.
Oh. In lieu of getting a new one?
Yeah. And if worse really comes to worse, and he can't fix it for some reason, I'll run down to Blackstone Valley Brewing and pick up a new one. That should be it.
Okay, so we're all set on soda. I've ordered, the only thing that I had to order for that soda thing, we got enough flavors, we got enough root beer, we got enough cola. The only thing I had to order was vanilla and cherry.
Okay.
And I ordered just 1 gallon of each, because it's just for a flavor in the cola.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have cleaning supplies for throughout the day? Okay.
We have 16-ounce cups with lids and straws.
What did
20-ounce cups.
What did we decide on for the 5-gallon flavors?
We don't have any 5-gallon flavors.
Like ginger ale was a 5-galloner? It wasn't?
I don't have any 5-gallon flavors in the,
Everything's in its own pump?
yeah.
What happened to the big ones?
The 5-gallon ones got opened up. and they got tossed at the end because we
Yeah,
couldn't
we can't.
reclose them.
So we just didn't replace
Yeah,
it?
I just didn't replace them.
Okay.
So we're only going to have, orange, cola, and root beer.
I think that's all you need.
It's
Those are the big flavors anyway.
Coke,
Huh?
cola,
Cola,
orange,
orange,
root beer.
root beer, and then we'll have,
Diet?
huh?
A diet?
Yeah, we have diet, but I have diet I have diet cola in a 1 gallon.
Okay. And then the flavors. And then the added flavors. Did you want to get a new scoop?
Well,
Did you get a new scoop?
I haven't got them yet, but they're on order,
Plastic ones?
plastic ones. Have to make sure that I get them.
I remember. I disassembled the soda station last year. Was that part attached with a wrench? Or hand tight?
Probably hand tight. Because it attaches to that, and then from there goes into the keg. And like I said, if I remember right, we had to put like check valves on them and all that other stuff, so I said it was kind of a important piece.
Yeah, I mean, I packed everything up. Everything got packed up in boxes in the coolers. You took some stuff. I think anything that had like liquid running through it went to someone's house, not to the storage.
There's something inside that cooler though, because it made noise when I picked it up. I just didn't look inside.
The only thing that went to the storage unit was the bar and the poles.
I have the poles.
Oh, you do?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah, because I disassembled them all and cleaned them.
okay, so those didn't go into the storage unit.
No, because I think they would have gotten broken.
Are the screws still in them?
Mostly.
All right,
My T screws, I think one or two fell out.
Yeah, if you have some more of the, whatever like bites into the wood, because I have all the all the screws are still there.
Can you get me a screw?
Um,
Because I don't remember what I don't
Yeah.
remember if it's metric or standard.
I'll try. I'm pretty straight out between now and
I can
Saturday.
swing by after the meeting and grab it.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
In terms of the schedule, I think we're good. I think we're all set, finally. I'm working on getting you you might have the last of the bios, I think you should be all set. And then I'll get you the contracts for those last bands.
I need a bunch of contracts. I only have like 3 of them.
Yeah. And get you a list for checks. To give out checks.
And then, yeah, and then you're gonna give me a list of what you need for checks and who to make it to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also like on our stage schedule, trying to put like main contact with the phone number, just so it's like,
So how, Dan Sensations is all set?
Yeah, they're all set. They're good, they've got the music. Oh, can we get Amy a parking spot somewhere? Or should she park?
For what kind of car? How big?
Smaller, a normal car. Because her performance is at 10 on stage B. So, and then she's got her girls and the stuff, and then she's doing the parade, so she's kind of there. Can we get her a spot near in the post office or?
How many spots do we have? We have a bunch of handicap spots behind the post office.
We can give her one of the ones at the post office, and it's just a short, and I placed her in front of the white porch because I know they perform a lot,
Yeah.
and so that's going to be perfect for her to just be going back and forth to her car if need be.
Which, so where should she park?
When the big parking space area behind the post office.
You know,
Not the actual post office.
No,
Not the-
yeah, no.
Just right here.
Yeah, yes. Okay? Like,
Yep.
what'll happen is my van will be parked over here somewhere
Okay.
because it has the puppets in it,
Yep.
right? And then she's gonna get one of these spaces here.
Okay. And they're roped, are they being
They're gonna be,
staffed?
they're gonna be roped
We'll put her
off.
name on one of them,
Okay.
okay?
They're gonna be roped off and some of them will be marked handicapped.
Okay. For puppets, I've got you 6. 6 people to wear puppets.
Yeah. I gotta plug them into the schedule. I'm gonna use their times, right?
Nope, those are other volunteers.
Yeah.
These are separate people. These are students volunteering. These are your puppets.
Yeah. Oh, those are the puppies.
These are your puppets.
Oh, you didn't send me that one yet.
No, not yet.
All right.
Do we need to get them 1 or 2 puppets so they can practice beforehand?
No,
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
6.
All right.
Can we have them there at least 20 minutes before the parade starts? so they
Yes,
can-
yeah. That's not a
Okay.
problem.
Yeah.
Logistically, for you guys trying to get me a puppet to get to Franklin and vice versa, like, we'll just have them show up a half an hour early and they can play around with it. I'll find out if they can volunteer as well, but at the very least, we got six high school kids to wear puppets.
yeah. Are they going to be, are they going to want community service signed off?
Yeah,
Then have them bring the paperwork so that
Yeah.
we can do that. So you can sign it off.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mary, are you at the admin tent all day?
As best I can if I'm not running around, which happens a lot, even during the day. I have to go put out,
Yeah.
little situations.
But what I might say, for any student who's getting volunteer hours,
Yes,
to
yeah.
send them to the admin tent to
Because
sign
if
off
I
at the end
can't
of the day.
sign it, I'll talk to Kara and one of us will sign it.
Yeah.
Okay?
I mean, any of us can sign it, but you're the person who's most likely to be in the
Right.
location.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Did that guy get back to you about running sound on stage C, stage B?
No. No, we didn't.
Gonna need electric there, right?
Yes.
I can't remember, does, sorry, still.
I'll contact Second Congo and see if we can get an extension drop from, like their back office there, like we did last time.
For what? Electrical for what? What are you talking about?
Stage C.
Stage C or B?
The
There's
Mason's Lodge.
Okay.
main stage, stage B is near the Goodness Store, stage C is up at the lodge.
Yeah,
Should
Mason's Lodge.
volunteers check in with you at the admin tent before? for
We
this?
can, if I have a list, so give me a list and it will be in a sheet protective and it'll be right there, because if I'm not there, Karen
Yeah.
handles every, she's
When-
really good.
They can check in,
Right.
but I'm gonna have the schedule with their names on it posted on the back of the ticket booth.
Okay.
All right? So, so they'll be able to, once, they can check in, and then she can direct them to the back of the ticket booth. There'll be a schedule there. But what my plan was, is after I said it, I was going to email them and tell them what they're running at what time.
So
So-
just a hiccup to be aware of, at least for the Franklin kids, their email addresses can't receive outside Franklin emails
Oh,
for
Safety.
security
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
purposes.
yeah.
I don't know if any of the other schools are that way. It looks like Northbridge looks like is okay. It looks like Franklin might be the only one. Maybe Douglas is that way.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
Douglas, it looks like Douglas might be that way.
but what, I can actually send it to you.
Yeah, and I can forward it.
Yeah.
Right.
I just haven't had it, I've been working on program all day, I haven't had a time to do the schedule. All right,
Keith, for the audio gear at stage B, will there be either a 3.5 mil jack for Amy to plug in for her dance girls, or Bluetooth, or how are we doing that over there?
How did we do that last year?
we put 2 receivers out.
Use the Bluetooth receiver.
Bluetooth
Yeah,
through the radio.
right.
We'll be okay with that.
Yeah, I thought that worked fine last year.
Okay.
Because everyone has Bluetooth, so it's just kind of one of like,
So she needs to have her audio on her phone.
yeah.
She usually comes with a backup just in case, but if we, want to do it right, so.
I'm trying to remember, do we provide sound for stage C as well? Or,
What do you, gear?
yeah,
I think we gave your stuff up there. I think Matt set up with your stuff, and then we ran just a real pared down setup at stage B. The only thing we need is Bluetooth for Amy, microphones for announcing the dog races, and then Ed the Wizard usually plugs in or something.
okay. Just touch base with Bear, just have him remind us how many speakers he brings, because I can't remember if he brings us a pair for down at stage B and C. I thought he has been, but I can't quite remember.
So you at least have you have stuff to run a stage.
I have all the audio equipment, but he's, like I said, I think he's been providing the powered speakers. Which just makes the rest of the setup a lot more simplistic.
And then the beer garden has been,
That's just electricity.
okay.
I think that's it. I got an answer back on parking. Donation recommended $3.
That's it?
Yeah. Okay.
So donation recommended $3, so someone can say thanks and just drive through, so they have to be prepared for that. But most people will do the 3 or even a 5.
They're gonna
So that could be very good for them.
It could be good for them. Otherwise, they're going to be spending a lot of time making change for 5s and 10s and 20s. How should, there's been a number of questions on Facebook about receiving refunds for the Derby cars. What is the process for someone to get a refund?
The process for a refund is they take the registration form that was inside the car box, And if they bring it to the ticket booth on Octoberfest Day, we will give them a refund,
Okay.
right? Because the only way that you can have that registration form is from the box, because that's where, right?
Yep.
So to the ticket booth?
To the ticket booth, yes.
Yeah.
Now, we know that there were only 4 cars that were sold. So if there's more than that of refunds coming in,
There are.
the ticket booth aren't gonna.
That's why what's going to happen is they go to the ticket booth, they have to have the registration form that they would have used. The only way you can get that form is from the box, because that's the only place it was, right? So they present that there, and then we'll take his name, telephone number and stuff, and we'll give him a refund.
There should be only 2, because we know of Justin from the library had bought 2 himself, so that means there's only 2 more.
No, Justin only bought one.
Justin bought 1, okay,
Yeah.
so there's 3 more out.
So if they just, wouldn't it be better to just have them bring the box?
Yeah, but if they built, well, they can bring the box. I want the form, though, the registration form.
It seems like the registration form could be copied.
That was my thought, and
Ah.
I was kind of nervous about mentioning it, about dishonesty.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea.
So they would
can't
have to bring
counterfeit
the box.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bring-
All right, so yes, return the box to, and the registration form to the ticket booth.
Okay.
Now, since we went in that direction, who's to say someone doesn't have all that? And then they walk away and hand that to someone else and say, hey, go get 20 bucks, just show them this.
Because we keep.
No, we keep the box.
Yeah. But again,
They
like,
don't
and
go
and
with-
this is why I think we should at least give them like a free ride on the train or something like that, because this is kind of a pain. Like they bought it, theoretically, they built it. Now we're saying, come back and get your money with the box, with the registration. Like, just give them a free
They
ride.
can keep the car, the kit, but we want the box back.
Right.
The box is worth $20.
And we tried hard to make it work, but it doesn't work with only 4 people.
Yeah, I get it. But like I said.
Well, a lot of
that's-
people don't get it.
No, like, yep, I totally agree. But like I said, if we're making them jump through this many hoops, we should at least give them some tickets.
Okay. Prizes. We done with entertainment?
Yeah. So,
Other than you owe me some stuff?
yeah.
Okay. Mary and I went over out and we got a whole slew of prizes. You're gonna get a little more than half of them tonight and the rest of them tomorrow. And then just do them up.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I also gave you those, and you have to decide which are going onto the adult wheel, which some of them just stand right out, and they would go on the adult spinning wheel. And other ones, it's a tough call. Do they go in the cash cube, or do they go in the spinning wheel? So that's all on you, whatever makes you happy.
Are you guys coming over this week or?
Well, I'll come over tomorrow and drop off that, so if you want, I can help you decide those.
Because what we're giving you tonight is all cash cube at the
Yeah,
moment.
what you're getting tonight is all cash cube. You don't have to worry about that.
Okay. And those are some are cash cube and some are.
Some of those are cash
Some of
cube, and so some of those are the spinning wheel.
Which
That's
is
all
which?
the items that were mailed in.
Which is which? Like, what's the thinking on those?
And then the
Which
stuff
ones for
that we're,
adults and-
huh?
What's the thinking on the cash cube spinning wheel?
Well, for instance, the golf. I mean, you've got some things of golf.
But I don't know which is, like, is one more adult, is one more kid?
Sometimes you can tell Dave and Buster's might be a tough one to decide whether it's an adult or whether you put it in the cash cube. It would be nice to have some of those in the
But
cash cube.
I'm not making myself clear. Who plays what? Adults or, what do kids play?
Adults, most of the time, it's adults on the spinning wheel.
Okay.
We have some adults that go inside the cash cube.
Yeah, but if they do, they're going to pretty much win some kids' prizes, because you can't
Well-
stop that from happening, because...
We also chose prizes that could go for all ages, specifically teenagers and up.
So only adults play the spinning wheel?
Pretty much.
Yes,
Okay.
because it doesn't work well the
Cash
other way.
cube.
If a kid wants to just spin it just because it's fun, then fine, I get that.
Cash cube is kids and adults.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. That's what I need.
Okay, anyway, so, sign your name, sign your name. We spent some money on prizes.
We also have a really neat large glass Octoberfest
Do you want to
booth
sign?
that we're going to fill with pumpkins and candy corn, and it's a free guessing game. And that's become quite popular, so we happen to come along this big, awesome thing to put them in. So I will be counting out the candy with rubber gloves, make sure it's all safe serve and all that good stuff.
We have this big, yeah.
You're a little elaborate, but you know, okay.
Do we need someone running sound at Stage B?
Yeah. To get, yeah, because dance the station needs to get going. And then Ed the Wizard's doing 2 shows. I mean, I can go, if we don't have someone down there, I can go and just get people up and running, and then I don't need to be there. Like, I don't need to run sound for like bands.
Right.
When you're like checking levels and getting people set up. Once they're going, they're good, then we just switch back over to the radio. Bear's got the radio playing.
I'll reach out to that guy one more time. Otherwise, I just reached out to Jeff just to see if maybe he can help us out some.
Did you get a form from BVT?
Yes. They were really nice about it.
Good.
Anything else?
We have.
Train looks awesome. It does. It looks awesome. It looks great.
Every year I keep telling him, stop building things, stop building things. Yeah, no, he keeps going. At the Mason's
You
Lawn.
can have a little barrel train go cut your grass.
Yeah,
You'll think I'm nuts.
put your
but
niece and
more
nephew in
nuts.
it, and there you go, and they'll just have a ride all the way all over.
Works for me.
But the vendor that's going at the Mason's Lodge is a food vendor, and they've been really cooperative and really helpful. And they are doing Philly cheesesteak sandwiches, meatball subs, grilled cheese, which is great for cats, drinks, and homemade apple crisp. Man, I'm
Then on the other side, you have somebody who's going to do
Steaks and
lemonade,
eggs.
right?
someone contacted me today about lemonade. So I had to ask him where we thought we could put them, so if I didn't send you a done yet, it's because I haven't emailed him yet, because I was figuring out where to place them. Oh, well, I always.
Not your manager.
No, I always send you a done when I complete something. But we also have the soft serve ice cream. So personally, get an apple crisp, you can put whipped cream if you want, but I'm gonna go get some soft serve to go on my apple crisp. Just saying.
That's cute that you think you're gonna have that much time.
Oh, that's a good point. I'll send my brother up, here's some money, go get me one. Because when he takes his lunch break, you're right, the only time I eat is when Tony brings me food, says eat, and then I get some of it. And it's usually very cold by the time I get to.
You bring her
my
cold food? That's not very nice.
I bring
Unless
her,
it's ice
I
cream.
bring, no, when I bring it
He brings
to
me
her.
french fries and a
What?
fried dough, but I usually don't get a chance to eat much of it.
Yeah, I bring it to her, it's fresh. She just sets it down somewhere and doesn't get to it till it's cold.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have never had a fried dough in all of the years that I've worked at Penn.
I finally had one last year.
Just,
Did you?
Yeah.
I would just like a fried dough.
Yeah.
Well,
Finally got one.
we've increased the number of Fridos they're making this year.
It was never a matter of not enough fried doughs. It was a matter of like, I couldn't wait in line long enough
Yeah.
to get one.
Oh, that's right, you couldn't stand in the line long enough to get one.
Yeah. There was always just. more
Sometimes
stuff
I
that
cheat
you
and
know.
go around back and get one.
I try not.
That's how I get hers, because I can't stand in line long enough to
Right,
get one either.
yeah.
So,
Every now and then I have to cut a line to, just because I got too much going on, but I try not to.
Well, if you're cutting the line, get two while you're there.
okay,
I will, because I could usually eat two.
Make it three.
3.
You better get three.
Okay, I'm gonna
Then
put
I'm
the
gonna
order
go
in
get some
now.
ice cream.
3
Put it on my fried dough.
Where's the ice cream?
Really?
going?
fried
No, I'm
doughs.
not going to do that.
Oh, I was gonna say, really? Tony had to pick up something for the fried dough that surprised me that people like it on their fried dough. What was it?
Brown sugar.
Brown sugar. Yeah, see, I've never heard of that.
With brown sugar?
Brown sugar on a fried dough.
Yeah.
Powdered sugar.
No, powdered sugar. and then
Cinnamon and sugar, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
can do brown
but
sugar.
brown sugar,
It's all
Sure,
good.
why not?
yeah. It's,
Yeah.
it's not, it's actually
Honey,
not
also
straight,
very good.
it's not straight brown sugar, though. It's brown sugar mixed with regular white granulated. So,
Ah,
Powdered sugar?
huh?
Powdered sugar too while you're at it?
No, no, no.
regular.
Really?
sugar.
I'd like a French vanilla,
If you don't-
extra cream,
If you,
triple sugar, throw in a few Splendids.
did you ever grab a handful of brown sugar? It's like Play-Doh.
It's supposed to
Yeah, I
Yeah. So if you don't put something in there to
break it up.
especially
up.
with fried dough, yeah, it would just absorb all the oils.
I would try a bite, but I'm a major fan of just way too much powdered sugar and do not breathe every time you take a breath.
yeah, don't breathe.
Every time. And you look like somebody that just walked out of Studio 54
All
in
right.
the 70s. What?
Oh, yeah, no kidding. Covered in enough powder.
Anything else?
Oh, I reached out to Dave Brannigan. He's not available to volunteer.
Oh,
And
yeah, how many vendor spots do we have left? I came in late.
I would like
You
to get
probably said
at
that.
least 5 more,
All right.
and that will really make it nice, the whole full Main Street and the circle.
But there's more available.
There are more available. And I got one, I went to Whitensville. The church had some gathering event on the common, so I went there Saturday morning with all my paperwork for Octoberfest, and I got her vendor permit. So she is an artist who does canvases.
Did you get anything from the new fruit? They're not a smoothie place, but the juice bar.
I went in there personally, and when I went all the way up and down Main Street and the side streets, here's your official letter, we're closed, blah, blah. And I talked with them personally. They were going to give me the form because they wanted it open in front of their store. And still, when we're less than a week later, I've not received anything. And my street was set last week.
Yeah, I
So-
spoke to someone there too, so they've gotten 2 applications.
I talked to the ladies that work there, and then the owner walked in, or the manager walked in. I talked to her. and explained how it works. I even gave her a form so they could have it on hand, and then nothing.
Where we at with Grill on Main? Did they submit it?
They did submit a form. They want to be on the corner street of their driveway like they were last year, and their form says they're selling their merchandise. And then it says in-house food. So I didn't understand if that meant they're bringing food out to their spot from the same menu from inside, or I don't know. So I have to reach out and talk to them. But they're really busy and they're really hard to get a hold of or to get answers back.
Yeah, reading the application, I interpreted that to be that they were selling food in-house, and they were going to be directing people in there from their outside. That's how I interpreted it. But
Well, I interpreted it different, so I called the Board of Health and she was working with them. So I'm done, I'm good, I did my part. So they did reach out to us.
Yep. The car show's all set?
The car shows go in there. I'm not sure how many cars they're going to put in. They were supposed to see how many of those, because we don't really want them in the lower lot, we want them in the upper lot, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know how many spaces are there, so we'd have to, InGear was touching base with them to find out how many spaces were there that they could use for
The
their
end
car
of
show.
last week, I was talking with Kerry from InGear and Grill and Main Calls. So we hung up so that she could call them and discuss where they're going to be.
Okay, I got to call them anyway, because I have a car there, and I'll find out how many cars they're bringing. Also, make sure that they get in
Yeah, they got to get in
You
at
know,
that time.
by,
Especially
you
in
know, 6,
application.
but they have to get in before the street closes, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And you got to try and dodge all the vendors. So, yep. Yep.
A lot of their cars, antique, they don't like to be there at 6:30, so they're trying to get them in there about 7 o'clock best they can. I also talked with Melissa Whitkiss and her family for volunteering. They have a lot on their table this year, so they cannot volunteer. But we may get her husband, and we may get him walking around as Obi-Wan Kenobi, just asking random people, have you seen Yoda? Or whatever. You see any stormtroopers? I don't want to run into them. So he's been wanting to do that for years, and I think it would be really cool at the event to have him walking around. So we can hope for the best.
Where are we on the volunteer list?
On volunteering,
Yeah.
I got my schedule pretty well booked up. When I plug these guys in, I think we're going to be pretty good.
Good.
How are we doing on cleanup?
Yeah, not for cleanup though.
Oh, please, anyone needing volunteer hours, community service,
Yeah.
please help us clean up. I don't want to be there in the dark anymore doing that. I'll just sit down
So-
and cry. After 12 hours,
So
I'm
we
just
could potentially put out a plea for you know, a cleanup, specifically for the ones that have not volunteered for the event to, you know, if they haven't volunteered yet, think about offering, you know, about an hour. If we have enough crew, we can clean up in an hour or an hour and a half,
Yeah.
you know?
What time do you want them to show up? At 4 o'clock, even though the event really doesn't dwindle down till about
I would say that we
4:30?
got to let the vendors have a half hour to get out of there.
Right.
Because we can't move stuff around while the vendors are still there.
And the rides are being packed away.
Yeah, so I would say have them show up at 4:30. By then, we should have, you know, stages being taken apart and brought away. Because vendors are already packed up, and those guys are starting to leave too. So those cars are leaving. So about 4:30 is the right time.
Okay.
If we were to have, we would have made 2 crews, because we have 2 trucks and 2 trailers. If we were to put 2 crews on, we can get out of there in an hour and a half.
Or if we just had Terry Crews, we'd be out of there in no time.
Yeah.
Terry Crews,
I'm confused. Everyone's looking at you, we have no idea.
Terry Crews, the guy's like 6 feet tall, he's like,
Oh.
never mind.
Is he on,
America's Got Talent, he's the host.
Who?
oh.
Okay.
I don't watch
Good
that
talk.
Either, sorry.
Guy's killing me. And the bathrooms will be open at the field as well,
Oh, nice.
so that'll be good.
Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Move to adjourn.
Move to sojourn.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Time?
8:04.